This poem that I'm about to recite is a poem about my emotion towards the killings in Chicago, the massacre in Connecticut, and all of the stuff that's happening in the Congo. The title of this poem is called Education versus Ammunition. I sit and I wonder about the names that I hear being called. From 6 to 16, from 16 to 26, but the senseless violence makes no sense. Why go to school when they are no longer safe? I can carry around guns and not think twice about whose life that it takes. Why must I go to church and pray if I can't feel safe sitting outside the place? Why put pressure on me to get a degree, but many 6-year-olds can't even see 18? Now kids think that guns must be better than a degree. Wait, in order to succeed in this country, all you need is an Uzi, a 9mm, or an M16? You can even get an AK-47 to shoot through the breeze? You say guns don't kill people, but I see 20 different dreams crushed by someone who was in need. Our country is in need of facilities, but the country thinks that it's easier and cheaper to label all mental ill patients as crazy and leave them be in this society. We make more of a fuss about gun laws, but continue to let our kids die and can't afford to teach our kids how to read. So this country has fallen in love with guns and not degrees. I'm in college, sitting behind a desk, writing papers, taking tests, being stressed, having the fear that I could possibly be next. This country has traded degrees for guns. From the Congo to Chicago to Connecticut, we weep. We cry as we hear about the thousands of lives destroyed by guns. All of these grave plots being watered, but not by the sprinkler system. The bill of death continues to rise, but this country would rather have guns than degrees. The dream of a kid is no longer to be a doctor, but just to live to see 18. So I see more kids in the grave than I see kids crossing the stage, but that's because this country has traded degrees for guns. How many young angels must we send home before we realize that violence in the world is strong? How many doctors and lawyers and educators must be laid to rest before they even get a chance to show that they could be the best? How many souls must the death angel grab before we realize that guns are bad? How can we live in a world where kids are fighting a war of safety and sanity? Mama's crying, the family's mourning, because we couldn't see little Johnny smile in the morning. Students are afraid to go to school because everywhere they turn they see the reminder of their classmates' fate. Kids are dying and filling up the cemeteries, and people look at it as a mystery, and then the grown folks say that they were at the wrong place. Hold up. I just gotta say, when God comes down and takes us all, I'll remember this moment and say that this is the country who traded degrees for guns. Are they introducing us to a new world? Let me see. I think it's now time to say, welcome to the United States of Gun America. It's about the land of Glock 9s. Look over there, you see him, that's Pookie's killer. They looking to shoot him 5 times. But these stray bullets with no names go everywhere. The tears and the screams are in the air. They gave proof that thousands of teens and children lay dead and bare. The future is here, but it's coming to an end. But this country traded degrees for guns. The slogan is no longer in God we trust. It is now in bullets we trust, and having a gun is a must. No matter how you say it to the country, they are going to believe that guns are the key to opening the locks and help fight violence to the 10th degree. Now I have a fear of waking up and not seeing my classmates sitting next to me. Knowing that my chances of getting shot are higher than my chances of getting old, that's stressing me. Hoping that I am not a victim of gun violence and my family doesn't have to bury me. There are many people everywhere yelling, Jesus, come rescue me. So many families out there not going to church because they say that Jesus has forsaken me. Yelling at the killer in the courtroom saying, how can you sit there pleading not guilty after taking my baby from me? But these are the words that the Lord has given to me to say to this country. We are on a downhill spiral if we think that guns are the key to everything. This country is not a place for people like me who want to get a degree, who wants to succeed, who wants to be able to say, I'm living the dream. Dear God, please answer me. Why does this world hate teens and children? I know we have moments, but please explain to me why guns have become the new degrees. But this country doesn't seem to care because they have traded degrees for guns. So if you find me in the back of the class with a gun to my head, just remember the words that I just said. My country was the death of me. Hold up, maybe I should go get a gun. Yeah, maybe that's what's best for me.